Ever noticed how hard it is to resist smiling back when someone smiles at you? It's not just a social convention, but a deep-seated part of human behavior. You see, smiles are infectious. This isn't just an old saying, but a scientific fact. When someone smiles at you, your brain naturally responds by lighting up with happiness and often returning the smile without you even realizing it. This is because our brains are wired to mimic the facial expressions of others. It's a way of understanding and empathizing with their emotions. Even more fascinating is that this response isn't just limited to in-person interactions. Seeing a smile in a photograph or even thinking about one can trigger the same reaction. This simple act of joy has a profound impact on our mood and social connections. So remember, your simple smile could brighten someone's day. Did you know your heart works harder than you might think? Every second of every day, your heart is performing a Herculean task. It's not just keeping you alive, it's ensuring every part of your body gets the vital nutrients it needs to function optimally. Think of it this way, your heart is like a dedicated delivery service. It pumps enough blood each day to fill about 100,000 pencil barrels. That's a lot of pencils, right? But it's not just about the quantity, it's about the consistency. This delivery service never takes a break, never calls in sick, and never goes on vacation. And the best part? It does all this without you even having to think about it. It's an automatic process, driven by the intricate design of your body. So the next time you feel your heartbeat, remember the massive job it's doing. Makes you appreciate your heart a little more, doesn't it? Ever wonder why food tastes different when you have a cold? It's not just your imagination, but a fascinating interplay between your senses of taste and smell. You see, our tongues can perceive only 5 basic flavors: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami. But it's actually our sense of smell that adds the depth and complexity to these basic tastes, creating the flavors we love and crave. When you bite into a juicy apple or savor a piece of chocolate, it's not just your tongue at work. The aroma molecules from the food travel up your nasal passage and interact with your olfactory receptors. This olfactory information combines with the basic taste sensed by your tongue, creating the complex flavor experience. This is why when we have a cold and our nose is blocked, food tends to taste bland or different. So the next time you're savoring a meal, thank your nose too. Do you remember what you dreamed about last night? That's a question we often ask ourselves or others, isn't it? The world of dreams is fascinating, filled with surreal landscapes and strange happenings that seem so real when we're in the thick of it. But here's an interesting fact. Most of us dream for approximately 1.5 to 2 hours each night. That's right. While we're snuggled up in bed, our minds take us on numerous adventures, playing out scenarios that range from the mundane to the extraordinary. And all this happens in vibrant color and immersive detail, making us the stars of our own nightly movies. But what's even more intriguing is that we don't always remember these dreams. Sometimes they fade away as soon as we wake up, leaving just fragments or feelings behind. So don't worry if you can't recall your dreams, they're still happening. Ever tried counting how often you blink? Probably not, and that's okay. It's one of those things that just happens, like breathing. You blink, and you don't even realize it. But here's a fun fact for you. On average, adults blink about 15 to 20 times per minute. That's right, up to 20 times every 60 seconds. Now, this might seem like a lot, but blinking is crucial for the health of our eyes. It helps to moisten them and clear out any dust or debris. But the most amazing thing is, this all happens in the blink of an eye, quite literally. It's such a rapid action, less than 1/10 of a second, that we don't even notice it most of the time. So, next time you find yourself in a staring contest, remember how hard it is for your body not to blink. Just another thing our bodies do without us even noticing. Ever noticed which grows faster, your fingernails or your toenails? It's a curious thing, but the answer is your fingernails. Yes, you heard that right. The nails on your hands indeed grow faster than those on your feet. Now, you may wonder, why is that? Well, it's largely due to the difference in circulation and the amount of use each set of nails gets. Our hands are more active, and that stimulates growth. Let's dive a bit deeper. On average, your fingernails grow around 3 to 4 millimeters per month. That's almost double the speed of your toenails. So if you've ever thought that you're heading to the nail salon too often, don't worry. It's not just you. It's a universal phenomenon. In fact, it's a biological fact that keeps the beauty industry thriving. So, next time you're scheduling your nail appointments, remember this fun fact. So those frequent manicures are indeed necessary. How many steps do you think you take in a day? Have you ever pondered over this? Let's delve into the answer. For an average adult, the step count typically hovers around 7,500 steps each day. Quite a distance, isn't it? However, this number isn't a one-size-fits-all. It can fluctuate quite a bit depending on your lifestyle and the nature of your work. For instance, if your day-to-day routine is more sedentary, your step count might be on the lower side. Conversely, if you have a physically demanding job or if you're an exercise enthusiast, you might be racking up way more than the average step count. So don't fret if your daily steps don't match up to the average. What matters more is that you're staying active and making an effort to move. After all, every step you take, no matter how small, is a stride towards a healthier you. Remember, every step counts towards a healthier you. Ever wondered how much of you is actually water? Well, it's time to dive into this fascinating fact. You see, our bodies are mainly composed of water. Yes, you heard it right, water. About 60 to 70% of our bodies are made up of this essential element. Now you might be thinking, that's a lot of water. And indeed it is. This high percentage of water in our bodies is due to the fact that water plays a crucial role in almost every bodily function. It aids digestion, flushes out toxins, lubricates our joints, and even helps regulate our body temperature. So the next time you're sipping on a glass of water, remember that you're not just quenching your thirst. You're replenishing a good portion of your body. Age, gender, and overall health can influence this percentage, but the importance of water remains constant. So keep hydrating. It's essential. Can you guess how many nerve cells your brain has? Quite a question to ponder, isn't it? Our brains, those complex and intricate powerhouses of the human body, are made up of about 86 billion nerve cells. These cells, also known as neurons, are the fundamental units of the brain and the nervous system. These billions of neurons are not lone rangers, oh no. They work together in a vast network like a well-orchestrated symphony to perform various cognitive functions. From the simple act of blinking to the complex process of problem solving, it's all thanks to these neurons. So each time you learn a new skill, remember a fact, or even enjoy a piece of music, it's your neurons at work. They're communicating, processing, and storing information, all to help you navigate and make sense of the world around you. Next time you learn something new, remember you've got billions of neurons at work. Does your heart take a break when you're sleeping? Imagine this. Even when your body is in full rest mode, your heart continues its tireless labor. As you drift off into dreamland, your heart rate takes a cue from your relaxed state and slows down. The hustle and bustle of the day subsides and your heart settles into a more leisurely pace. On average, an adult's heart rate during sleep is between 60 to 100 beats per minute. This can vary, of course, depending on a person's physical and emotional conditions. So, the next time you're cozying up for a good night's sleep, take a moment to appreciate your heart's dedication. It adjusts to your body's needs, ensuring that even in slumber, every cell is nourished with life-sustaining blood. So even when we're at rest, our hearts are hard at work. Sweet dreams.